Dogs can sometimes be the cutest creatures on God's green earth. Everyone loves them. After all, what's not to love? They're cute, cuddly, and intensely loyal to their guardians. A dog will love you unconditionally. But sometimes when dogs don't agree with us, they get angry and attack. Today we're going to show you some pretty unbelievable moments when dogs attacked almost everything. You'll see it all, from dogs being cute and attacking toy cars, to dogs being downright vicious and taking on sharks. Let's get into it. Dogs versus snake. The snake just has to strike one time, and it's game over for the Doberman, but he doesn't know that. Not every battle is won through force and aggression. This one was won through teamwork. They worked together. One distracted the snake, and the other saw its blind spot, and did indeed strike while the iron was hot and get him. Deer versus dog.
Buddy, no.
This dog had fire in its eyes and a hop in its step as it ran up to the deer, probably with the intention of stirring up some trouble. We thought it'd attack, but he kept playing and taunting the deer, running back and forth. Then turns out that the deer is actually much more confident than the dog. Dog against black bear. These courageous watchdogs are actually some of the more heroic ones. When he noticed a black bear coming to cause havoc and destruction to his home, he wasn't going to stand for it and successfully chased the bear away. We can't help but feel a little sad for the bear, as due to deforestation, many of them lose their habitats and end up aimlessly dwelling in these areas. Regardless, this pupper's owner must be proud.
Hey, come here, Marley! Marley, no! Come here!
Dog attacks crocodile. Yes, you heard that right. Dogs are usually very protective of their owners. They become fearless in the face of what we see as danger. The crocodile in this footage was anticipating to make a kill, but the little dog was not going to let that happen. The dog barked at the crocodile and even got at a dangerously close distance to the crocodile. Surprisingly, the crocodile hurriedly went back to the water. Dinosaur alert. Come on, that T-Rex is so obviously not real. But this dog doesn't seem to catch on to that and starts barking anyway, as if there's a real threat of some sort closing in on him. The dog isn't putting up much of a brave face here either. He starts to run back and keep his distance from the creature. Cougar attack. Two dogs teamed up and attacked this cougar. We can't understand why they're being so vicious. The cougar might have done something before the video to provoke such aggression, but then again, dogs do have a tendency to just snap. Big cat. We never thought we'd see this, yet here we are. This dog thought it'd be a good idea to throw hands with a lion. Even the lion took a moment to register what was going on. They're not used to going up against such confident opponents, but it makes sense. Lions are after all from the cat family, and we all know how that goes. Dog versus raccoon. It's pretty impressive how the raccoon, despite being extremely disadvantaged, put up a fight and held its ground. But you can also see that the dog wasn't trying to harm anyone and just wanted to have a friendly spar session. Unsuspecting monkey. This monkey was no match for the dog. It didn't even know what was coming for it. It had no clue. But there's no way the dog was expecting a worthy opponent. That monkey snapped back with all it had. It even went after the dog, who gave up and ran away with its tail between its legs. Good for you, monkey. You show that dog who's boss. Heroic dog. This dog sensed that something isn't quite right here and went straight for the perpetrator. All this was conveniently caught on CCTV cameras too. Just goes to show that at the end of the day, dogs really are man's best friend, and they would do anything to protect their owner. Cats and dogs. This dog really didn't think this one through. It was all fun and games until the big cat swooped in to save the day. Although the kitten was remarkably brave and she stood her ground quite well, even though the dog was several times her size, he really just messed with the wrong cat.
Meow.
Dogs versus one guy on bike. This is hard to watch. It's a completely unfair match. Dozens versus one. You just know that the guy would have been a goner had even one of the dogs gotten to him. It's plain bad luck. You can even see how quickly the army of dogs just kept growing and growing too. Thankfully, the guy made it through this unhurt. Unfortunate sea lions. Man, Pitbull owners really need to be careful with their dogs. Everyone on Earth knows just how violent and dangerous they can be if they're let out of control. However, here we actually see the Pitbull owner egging their dog on and letting it do whatever. It spent some time watching and observing its prey before going in for the kill. The sea lion should have dragged the dog into the water with it though. That would have taught him a lesson. The cat with 9 lives. This dog thought it was tough, and it was, but the cat is too sharp to be taken down like that. It made a quick exit before things got ugly. Again, why do dog owners not watch out for these things? Quick one. It was a very close call. That dog had very nearly caught up to the cat when it climbed up the fence and got away. Maybe next time. Dog versus shark. These sharks were just searching for a bite to eat, and they wandered off into the shallow end. But these dogs were just not having it. One of them threw himself into the water and mercilessly pounced on the shark. We never thought we'd actually feel bad for a shark. Dog attacks toy car. He begins by keeping his distance and observing his tough prey from a good distance and gets to know it. This dog really thought the automatic toy car in front of him was some sort of extraterrestrial enemy. You can see him lean forward inquisitively and wag his tail about excitedly. He's getting ready for something. You can't expect animals to catch on that quick, but this dog was a little too suspicious. We can't get over the cute little collar the dog has on. It also helps that this dog eerily resembles the one from the Doge memes. Power to her. 3-way battle. This dog was casually just strolling, minding its own business. But the other dogs don't care about that. They see a dog and their brain just says, yeah, let's jump on that. Then a third dog decided to come running and get in on the action too. The owners just don't know what to do here. Neither would we if our dog did this. Dog fights are not something you'd want to get in the middle of. Dog and toy dog. Dogs can be really playful too. They have many moods just like we all do. Dog versus toy UFO. This dog just couldn't figure out what that flying toy is. It's kinda cute though, watching her jump around trying to get at it. They really are just very hyper animals. Parkour in India. This guy was just practicing his skills when he got attacked by a dog. But as you can see, it was those very skills that enabled him to escape. It would have been pretty ugly had he not been so fast. 2 dogs going at it. Whoever those people are trying to break the fight off and physically pulling the 2 dogs to their respective sides are very brave. Breaking up a dog fight is no easy task, and many people get hurt badly trying to do so. Often when dogs are in that state, they feel threatened and will attack pretty much anything. Friendly dog. This monitor lizard was just going by, not trying to meddle in anyone's business, but then it caught the dog's eye, who quickly chases it and attacks it. He doesn't seem to be doing it in a hostile way though, and we all know how dogs like to jump on things when they're excited. Dogs attack RC car. This guy may have just discovered the ultimate hack, a way to walk your dogs without having to do any walking yourself. It's perfect for lazy dog owners. Also, what is it with dogs and toy cars? They seem to go absolutely ballistic every time a toy car moves in front of them. Fight Club. Just your average friendly neighborhood dog fight. Fighting among dogs seems to be a sort of love language from what it seems. So many dogs. Great, here's another example of dogs going crazy over toy cars. Looks like they're having the time of their life. They're all racing each other and just running. We just can't understand the hype. Innocent chickens. These chickens probably didn't have getting attacked by dogs on their to-do list for the day. The owner of the birds should have been more careful and not let them run free in an area where they're open to all sorts of predators. But 3 against 2 is hardly a fair match. Fortunately, they weren't killed. Poor girl on bike. It looks like some dogs really would attack just about anything that moves. It must have been very difficult and scary for the 9-year-old to go through this. Thankfully, they had a heroic neighbor came in and didn't hesitate for a second and saved the day. The girl wasn't too hurt by this incident, but whoever owns those dogs should have them taken away for sure. Classic dog attack. Here's another classic example of irresponsible dog owners who really shouldn't be allowed to have any. Thankfully, she got her dog out into the car where the Pitbull couldn't harm it. This dog should have never been allowed outside without a leash. Some dogs just have very volatile tendencies, and it's best not to see where they can go, as it's often at the expense of other people. It's funny how most times when you see things like this happen, it always comes back to a pit bull. Moose chase. It's hard to tell who's chasing who and who's scared of who. The dog, it seems, are all together trying to find a moment to attack the moose, but are also running from it. Biker on the run. Again, we just can't understand why pit bulls are so angry all the time. Stray dogs versus one car. It's a good guess here to say that there was probably a cat or some other harmless small animal cooped up in the engine compartment. The dogs displayed a special interest here, and dogs in the city should be used to cars. After they successfully tore off the bumper, they began looking inside, and that just confirms that they were after someone. Dog versus dog. This dog was just playing in the tire, but then it takes approximately 2 seconds for dogs to go into beast mode, especially when it comes to protecting their families. What a good boy. Pitbull versus tires. Damn, this dog really needed to blow off some steam. We hope he succeeded in doing that. We would not want to get on this pit bull's bad side. Looks like he'd tear you to shreds in seconds, and not think twice about it. Pitbull versus bike. Here's another pit bull, just doing what pit bulls are known for doing best. That is creating a ruckus and being violent. Mama duck protects. This dog never should have been there in the first place, but this duck wasn't having it, and she held her ground and protected her children too. Thank God someone stood up to the dog for once and didn't let it get its way. You can tell that the dog was thinking about creating some problems, but then again the dog is so small, it would have been another story had the dog been, for instance, a pit bull or a Rottweiler. Dog attack. We just can't take this one seriously. Is it the size of the dog? The high-pitched barking? The dog thinking it's actually scary? Probably all the above. We can't help but laugh a little, and it's cute how its owner is also trying to humor them and playing along. Dog attacks itself. It'd be pretty hard trying to explain to a dog how mirrors work. Let's just watch this bark at itself. Dogs will attack everything, including themselves. Angry pit bull. We can't understand why this pit bull is so angry, but the owners should have taken responsibility and practiced caution. Ideally, they should be charged and sued for this. That poor horse is probably traumatized for life. However, after this incident, the dog was put down, and the woman doing the carriage suffered a head injury and fractured her foot. People should really be careful when taking their dogs out, especially when they're the big hunting breeds. Dogs attack each other. This lady was just taking her 2 dogs out for a routine walk, and then this happened. She drops her camera towards the end, but it seems to us that this isn't the first time this has happened to her. Remember folks, if you run into any annoying and possibly dangerous problems with dogs like this, we'd suggest you call the police and let them take it from there. Dogs with violent tendencies left to roam free like that can be extremely harmful. Judging from the lines on her hands, we can also see that she's a senior citizen. Wow. Dog attacks jogger. This dog seemed to have set its mind on attacking this particular jogger. The owner tried to calm down the dog, but all her efforts were futile. The dog was so determined that it managed to get off the leash, and the owner lost control. The dog sped off immediately to attack the jogger. The owner tried to get in the middle, but it was proving almost impossible to control the dog. Fearing for his life, the jogger was left with no choice but to climb up a nearby gate. Dog attacks woman. Being attacked by one dog is scary, but being attacked by several is a nightmare. This woman could only save herself by climbing up the gate. Luckily, someone came to rescue her in time. I'm pretty sure this woman won't be visiting that place anytime soon. Dogs find their match. This little boy wanted to ride his bicycle in peace, but the dog started chasing him as soon as he got on the bike. The boy bravely got off his bike, not to run but to chase the dogs away. Even the dogs didn't see that coming. He even picked up a few stones and threw them at the dogs. Gladly, his tactic worked, and the dogs got pretty scared. I guess they now know who's boss now. Pitbulls attack police. Yes, even police are not safe when it comes to dogs. A deputy was going about his business when he came across a man being chased by not one, but two Pitbulls. He was trying to keep the dogs away using his jacket, but they were quite adamant. Luckily, the police stopped to help the man, but these Pitbulls are not intimidated by badges. They both got on top of the hood of his police car. The police kept the dogs from attacking them using his baton until when the animal control got there. Dog attacks rider. A dog chasing you can cause your adrenaline to shoot up so high that you lose control of what you were doing. That's exactly what happened here. The motorcycle rider and his passenger were being chased by a dog. The passenger was screaming, but the rider ended up losing control of the motorcycle, and they crashed into a bush. What's funny is how the dog stopped chasing them and left the scene right after they had crashed. Like, it wasn't me. Dogs attack a random guy. It should go without saying that when a dog comes to attack you, just climb on whatever's closest to you. Be it an office desk, a car, or whatever this is. And that's a wrap on some of the craziest dogs you'll probably ever meet. Leave a comment down below and let us know which of these puppers terrified you the most. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Forever Green, and until next time, bye!